I'm Kayla Lackey. My son is Will Lackey. He just turned 12 years old. Will and I have stayed at 3 Ronald McDonald houses throughout the country, but primarily we visit the Ronald McDonald House of Cincinnati on a regular basis. In September of 2002, Will was diagnosed with a disease called Fanconi anemia. Fanconi anemia is very similar to leukemia in the way that it does lead to bone marrow failure, except there is no cure. The cure right now is to cure the symptom, which the biggest symptom is bone marrow failure. Will was on a clinical trial to stimulate his bone marrow, and so far it has been working. I was told when Will was diagnosed at the age of 4 that within 3 years we would be in complete bone marrow failure and he would be in transplant. And that was 6 years ago, so we're doing quite well. And at one time I was told that Will would never make it to the age of 12 without a successful bone marrow transplant, and he turned 12 on March 17th. There are only 3 transplant centers that deal with Fanconi anemia, one of the 3 being in Cincinnati. So we chose that one. It was a little closer to home, a little easier to get to. And so it was December of 2002. Will had just been diagnosed a couple of months. Our nurse coordinator actually made the arrangements for us to stay at the Ronald McDonald House that day, or that week. And upon arrival, I mean, it was cold and it was wintertime and it was scary, and we didn't want to be there. I didn't know if I was going to this strange city to be told that my son was going to die, or what was going to happen. But so when we got there, I had never met another family or another mom that had a child with this disease. And I was in the common area in the kitchen, and I met someone, and we just cried and talked about our fears and our worries, and just bounced ideas off each other, and it was wonderful to have that connection and that partnership. You know, we're in this strange city in this strange house, and it felt so much like home and just such a peaceful environment. When I think of the Ronald McDonald House and try to explain it to someone who doesn't have any idea what it is, because I really didn't have any idea either until I had a need, it's easy to say that it's just like being at home or at a relative's home. You're out of town, you're there for reasons that aren't so pleasant, but when you walk in the door, it just feels like you've walked into home, and you don't feel like a guest, you feel like you actually belong there. The people at the Ronald McDonald House are so good at making you feel comfortable and just giving you an outlet if you need time to talk to someone, or if you just need to be alone. That they're trained so well that they just have that intuition, and it's always been a good experience for us when we've been there. Some of the favorite things that I really appreciated about the house were just the common areas that were available to all of us, the way that the kitchen is set up, that we could go in there and actually prepare our own meals and have conversation with other families as they're doing the same. And we met so many people, or I met so many families just in the kitchen. It's almost like being at home, where people like to congregate in the kitchen and just chat. It's the exact same way at these houses. People, they want to talk to somebody, and sometimes it's hard to know who to approach or how to do it, but when you're in an environment such as a home, it just makes it much easier, because you know, the groundwork's already laid. You're here for the same reason. And so part of my favorite part of the Ronald McDonald House would have to be just the kitchen and the common areas. Now my son Will, he loves the game room at the Ronald McDonald House. The 3 that we have stayed at have all had wonderful game rooms, and to him it's much different. Going to the Ronald McDonald House is like going on vacation to Will. He loves the playrooms, the game rooms, and everything about it. Which makes it a little bit easier for Mom as well, because when I see him having a good time, it kind of makes me forget why we're there too. Charlotte has needed a Ronald McDonald House for such a long time now. We have 2 children's hospitals here. There are families that we have met just through our stays in the hospital who travel miles and miles just to come to our hospitals, because we have some phenomenal facilities. And they don't have anywhere to stay.